Hello everyone, this is Kavou and welcome to another Fallout New Vegas modding video.
Oh shit, here we go again.
I am going to change the format of those videos. I am going to cover and showcase the mods I will be adding on every episode with a brief description, so that way I feel that the videos will do much better. If you like those type of videos, guys, like the video, subscribe, comment down anything below. I am back, I've returned from exile and now I can actually pump some Fallout videos. It's been a while. Second thing, if you're watching this video and you just want to check my mod list and all of that, we are essentially modding Fallout New Vegas, turning it into the best RPG game it can become, while using hundreds of mods without having your game explode like the Chinese market. Lastly, before starting, and I'm closing here, you will find 3 links down in the video. The first link is going to show you how your plugins or download files should look on the left side of your panel on Mod Organizer, which is extremely important because sometimes the graphical mods or some other mods, you want them to override one another. The second link you will find on the video in a form of a paste pin link. It will show you how your load order should look on the right side of your Mod Organizer, aka your plugins. And the third link is going to show all of the new mods I'm adding. That being said, guys, we're having some crazy mods to showcase. The first mod is the enhanced locomotion, which is going to play this locomotion you see every time you're using any weapon. This combined with all of the mods we've used before, it makes where combat feel always fresh and dynamic. The next gameplay mode is the animated P-Boy light. After more than 10 years, we've got an animation mode every time you're using the flashlight on your P-Boy. This looks phenomenal, and every time you're going to use your light, it will play this animation that you see. It's absolutely fantastic, and mods like those are the ones that they are refreshing Fallout New Vegas to feel like a modern new game. An absolutely beast of a mod that anytime I'm modding my Fallout in the future, I will always include this. Next we have another insane mod, the factional backpack. This is going to add a factional backpack into the game, which you can find in the school located in Hot Springs. By accessing this, instead of just wearing it and it giving you some weight, you will actually be able to use it and store stuff inside. I think this is next level, this is genius, and you can use it and it always plays animations. You can use it to consume the stuff you are putting in, like drugs for instance, or anything you want. It is an absolutely incredible mod. Let alone all of that, just look how badass this looks. It will play on your character, you will be physically wearing this. It looks very nice on top of any armor, and in my opinion, this was a mod that many of us wanted for a very long time. So bless the modders once again for this amazing mod. And then we have one of my most favorite mods of all time. Tell me what you see. If your answer was just a board on top of a wall, wrong! This is Radiant Infinium, and I know it sounds like a Harry Potter spell. Hold your pants because this mod is going to completely change how you play Fallout. This is going to add those boards in dozens of locations where by interacting with you will be able to find small objectives for you to do, chasing some geckos, chasing random creatures, maybe killing members of the different faction, and all of those will reward you with both caps, experience, and even karma choice or reputation that you want. This is fantastic because I am using both famine, loot disparity, and the economy overhaul, which means making caps in Fallout New Vegas with our mod list. It's extremely hard to come by, and mods like that are going to help us just to get enough caps to take care of ourselves by buying more drugs. Health in the wasteland can be quite unhealthy if you think about it. I think one of my most favorite things is that not only you will have to do extra things in any location you go dynamically, some of those quests are really hard, like a random quest I've got from Novak where I had to chase a Deathclaw. This also serves as a nice way to play in the mid and late game, to have something to do or a way to farm experience and level up aside from just going around and killing a bunch of things. Why not do it while you have an excuse for? And next we have a mod that it's been out for many years, but I'm covering it in this video. This is Titans of the New West. This mod is going to bring to Fallout New Vegas the best power armor overhaul we've seen in all the previous Fallout games and all of the future games that Bethesda is gonna make. First of all, it changes the shape of power armor to resemble how they were looking in the old Fallout games. A power armor should make you feel like a tank. They sound heavy, they are badass. If I will imagine someone wearing a power armor, this is exactly how I would imagine them to look like. This also changes a lot of things with power armors. This mod does not serve only as a graphic overhaul, but it also overhauls gameplay wise all of the power armors by adding some extra things you can do here and there, and it is honestly the best power armor overhaul we'll ever get. If you are a fan of power armors and you like to see them, try out this mod. I am going very briefly to move and cover the core engine mods I have installed for this episode. First of all, we have the ANH NVSC, a mod that we needed for a bunch of engine mods to take place. We have the Lucky 38 Lights Return, which makes again the Lucky 38 to look absolutely stunning. This is a mod that many other mods need in order to work properly. We have the performance of the Titans, which I think this mod is extremely underrated. It grabs things that you will never notice when you were playing Fallout New Vegas. Most of those textures are existing in places you will never see, like under the ground, and it will remove those, saving you so much more FPS and stability into your game. Then we have the load fixes, an improvement that fixes a lot of things when it comes to loads, including some flickering and some other things that I am not going to mention because I don't want this video to be too long. Many of the load mods that we're going to use later on require this. You need to have this one. And then we have the longer weather transitions, and this mod is amazing because we had this before, but this one is a script runner. It means it doesn't require to take a spot on your lot order. That's right. And then we have the P-Boy 2000 finally making its way to the Nexus. This mod has been out for quite a while, but before the mod author put it on the Nexus, we had to go to very dangerous place to get this mod. Grove Street 11, right next to the town hall. If someone follows you and finds you having this USB, don't look back, keep running. I had nothing to do with this. It's the best P-Boy in my opinion, and again, this is a beast of a mod. Now follow me as we move through the location type of mods. First of all, I am going to cover 4 small mods together. The New Vegas Suburban Overhaul, which slightly fixes and changes some of the things we find in those locations like Freeside or the buildings around the strip. The Mojave Vagabond merges a bunch of smaller mods that will fix some of the locations that never got the attention and love they deserved. Extremely small location mods that they will add a house or two for you to explore here and there. We have the simple Freeside Overhaul combined with a lively merge. Those two mods, the first is going to slightly change the Freeside to feel much more accurate to the lore, much more better and fixed, and we're going to fix Freeside maybe in the next video, but for now we're using this one. And the lively merge is a merge of a bunch of the lively mods that it will grab a bunch of NPCs and it will let them have their own cycle, like Pete not only sitting on his chair but doing other things as well, or Cass going even outside for once in her life from the bar. This covers dozens of NPCs and it makes it where again some locations are, as the mod says, very lively. Then we have Vice, and Vice, guys, is a mod that I was kinda scared to use at first when this mod came out like many years ago, but once you try this mod you can simply never go back. Vice is going to turn Fallout New Vegas, and again it has options if you think what you are looking at is too much. One of the things I loved about Fallout 3 was that anytime I would go inside the city to explore and loot and essentially kill everything alive, was that the cities and the ruins of the cities, they felt like I was exploring a gigantic city. In Fallout New Vegas, we don't have that. Vice fixes that by again completely changing how the landscape and everything looks, and don't worry, this is perfectly safe to use. 2 more mods when it comes to locations. The first one is the Legion Arena Expanded. Finally, we get a mod that is going to expand the arena inside the fort. Before, we were only using this once, but now you can actually go and have multiple matches. Each fight is going to feel harder than the previous one. One of the things I loved about this mod is also that it lets the female courier also fight in the arena. And those fights are very rough, guys. If you're playing on the hardest difficulty, which I am, those fights are not an easy task. An amazing addition when it comes to Fallout New Vegas. Let's move to the next mod, the Devil's Gully. It is going to overhaul this location near Good Spring to actually make it feel iconic and give its own dungeon. It will include new enemies, new interactions, new NPCs. The dungeon looks like something Obsidian would have added if they had more time for this game. Let's go to the graphical mods. We have the Desert Natural Sandstorms that is going to play sandstorms once in a while, which is something that we were missing when it comes to Fallout in general. We have the Dusty Distance redone, and this, as you can see, it plays this dust on the lot when you look at the distance, and it adds much more mystery by also covering some of the lot flickering and issues you might encounter. This mod is absolutely amazing and very creative in what it does. We have the Mojave Sandy Desert. Essentially, this mod turns the desert you will find in the wasteland or the Mojave into actual sand, and not all of it, just small parts here and there, as you can see from the video, which in my opinion it increases the immersion by 86% based on my calculation. We have the accurate NASA stars, which is going to fix the stars to look HD, and we also use the HD moon. We have the all cowboy hat. Next we have maybe my most favorite mod when it comes to graphics. This is Sandy Roads. Working with real-time reflections, it is going to enhance the roads and make them look exactly as you view them here. They will have sand all over the place, and it will make them much more rusty and rough because it makes sense when the roads are right next to the desert. This makes all of the roads to look so beautiful, and I'm not meaning in a clean way, it makes them fit with the wasteland. Then we have the classy clutter compilation, which is going to fix a bunch of clutter, making them look much more sharper and much more better looking. Just look at this room in Good Springs and look at the counters, look at the wooden surfaces. All of the stuff looks way less pixelated and much more sharper and better. This mod works with everything we've used before. We have the Morib's upscaled vanilla armor, and what this mod does, it upscales the armors on first person. Do you remember using your Vault armor or your leather jacket and looking like ass? And not in a good way. This mod upscales that, and now on first person your right hand is going to look majestic with the armor you will be wearing. Next we have the contrasted lot noise texture, which is going to fix some of the lot noise in the background, making it much more less annoying to look at. We have the grass remesh, which is going to fix the grass and make it keep its vanilla shape but also look new and modern and fully HD. An amazing mod to have and easily my most favorite grass mod. We have the vending machine flicker image light. We have the gas trap performance fix, the snow globe performance fix. The 434 ghouls have vault suits, which is a mod that should be included by Obsidian. The no more useless chemistry sets. One of the things that annoyed me the most was when I was visiting those random places in Fallout and I was finding the chemistry sets and I could not interact at all with them. With this, you're able to, if I only had medicine skill to use them. We have the no P-Boy in power armor that is going to remove the P-Boy when you're using power armor. And lastly, we have the mainframe's glitter flickering fix. As for animations go, we've got 2 brand new mods that they are maybe the best I've seen, guys, and it's a nice fresh touch. The new Vegas animation overhaul guns and the the new Vegas animation overhaul for melee weapons. We also got the B42 Inject animation season 2, it's a welcome change. That covers the fixes. Let's cover the music and audio type of mods. First I have the Phi SFX, which is going to add HD sounds to a lot of miscellaneous audio files. We have the immersive pickup sounds that is going to play immersive pickup sounds every time you pick up something. Old games used to have that, but we don't get that anymore. We have the bladed weapon sound pack, and this is going to make every time you hit someone or something with a melee weapon, it will actually feel metallic. We have the Atmos ambience overhaul, and this mod is absolutely insane because it grabs all of the ambient sounds that we hear in Fallout New Vegas and it completely expands them. One of the things again I liked about Fallout 3 was its atmosphere, the sounds and everything. Atmos is going to make Fallout New Vegas feel exactly like that. Combine this with Heim of the New West, a mod that many YouTubers have covered before. This brings the soundtracks from the old Fallout games, Fallout 1, Fallout 2, combines them or merges them with Fallout New Vegas. I love listening to the Necropolis soundtrack when I am in the Mojave, and there is so many of those. Lastly, we have Quality FX, which fixes some of the very minimalistic sounds, like the jumping sound or some of the screams your player does, or a bunch of other super smaller things that I'm too lazy to cover. A nice mod to have. And lastly, we have the ADS backpack jump effects. We also have the better fire barrels, which makes the fire barrels have this nice spark effect on them. Let's move to the miscellaneous section of this video. A bunch of important mods that I didn't know in which category to put them. First of all, we have Lumen and Window Ambient Light. Lumen is a mod that it does a similar effect what ENB lights do in Skyrim. Lumen essentially it will grab objects like plasma particles or lights on the windows or lights on armors or any surface, and it will add and enhance this light to make it feel much more modern. Combine that with window ambient light at night, it is going to have all of the windows that produce light to actually look like that in the game. We have the Imperium Radio, and this is an insane mod that is going to add a Legion radio that you can tune and listen to. It even has some Greek voice actors.
You're listening to Imperium Radio, where the will of Mars echoes across the wasteland. Here's the latest report from the Mojave. Sources have reported that the Great Khans have finalized their alliance with the Legion for the upcoming battle at Hoover Dam. Smart move on their part. In other news, a package courier found shot in the head near Good Springs has reportedly regained consciousness and made a full recovery. I've seen the kind of vengeance born out of events like these. Expect big changes to occur in the region.
Similar to the Fallout New Vegas radio, it will describe the courier's decisions and how they alter the wasteland by making comments as well from the Legion's perspective. Then we have Dynavision. If you think my game looks too bright or too weird, it's because of Dynavision. Dynavision is made by Gopher, which is a legendary modder that essentially gives you a choice of effects to use in your game. There is many of those to use if you want again your game look somewhat different. This also adds a field of view effect. That means if you take your gun out and you focus to a specific location or corridor or corner, it will blur the background. Afterglow is going to grab all of the neon signs or the signs in general that you find in the strip, and it will add light on them by making them stand out and having the visuals you see now on the footage. An absolutely insane mod. I cannot stress enough how much impact good lighting has in a game, especially an old game like Fallout. For lot mods, I'm gonna cover them super fast. We have the much needed lot, the cleaned version, the Fallout New Vegas lot implementation, lot additions and improvements, dust bowl, animated lot for dust storms. We of course install Fallout New Vegas lot gen and the resources, and we have the rod, lot kits and dust bowl. Let's move to the last part of the video, which is some armors and weapons. weapons in addition. We have the combat armor replaced. I'm just gonna move ahead to the van graphs just to show you the different variations. We have the IFB Legion armor fixes combined with LARP Legion armor revamp project that is going to have the Legion armors look way more better. And lastly, we have the true classic Fallout 2 advanced power armor, which brings back the Enclave's classic power armor. I'm sorry for being away for that long, but as they always say, real life always comes first. I will make more videos like that. All of the links can be found down in the video description. If you've watched the video and if you reached to this point, thank you so much. You are a trooper. Let me know if you like this type of format better than the older one. I'm gonna head out and we'll see you guys in the future. Have fun, until next time, it was me, Kavou, and peace.